Kirk Duckwell here with Mastermind the Market. Real estate stats for the Twin Cities. Well, what's the big question out there right now? Well, I'll get to that in just 1 second. But first, make sure you click on that subscribe button. We know that knowledge is power, and the more knowledge that you have about our Twin Cities real estate market, the more that you can leverage that to your advantage. So let's dive into the data. Showings per week, per listing, median sale price range is still on the rise. This is Minneapolis-St. Paul area. 200 to 400K was at a 9.73, now up to a 9.8. That's tracking ahead by 13% and quite a bit more total showings at 4,340 in comparison to last year, 3,184. So that low inventory is definitely playing in to that faster pace market, but also just more buyers that are out there. So what is the big question that everybody should be asking? And that comes down to inventory of homes for sale and what trend will that follow. So what do I mean by that? If we look at new listings and we're tracking here, we can see that we had an up week for the week ending on the 27th as far as in comparison to the week before. However, still down from the previous year by 15%, tracking at about 1,200, and that number is going to go up. I've seen the early numbers for last week, and so we're going to see that go up again, but it's still going to be down over the previous year. So the question is this going to flip? And I think it will, but another big piece in that is pending sales, and this is another important thing, and that's how this is going to track this year. And we know that there are more buyers out there. Things are moving at a faster pace by 9.5%. So that's definitely creating more of that competition outside of just the inventory. But going back to that big question, number of homes for sale. Last year, we peaked in May before everything started to drop off. And we noticed that the total number of new listings per week started to actually drop off come mid-March last year, the new listings being injected into the marketplace. And we all know the reason for that. So if we look back to 2019, though, peak listings was in September. Going to 2018, peak listings was back in September. 2017 peak listings July, 2016 peak listings in July, and then again back for 2020 in May. So if we follow the historical trajectory, that's hopefully when we start really noticing that market easing. And I think if we look at last year when the new listings started peeling off, like I mentioned, in late March into April, now we're going to be having more listings injected into the market during that period of time, reaching upwards of 2,200 new listings per week in comparison to what we're seeing right now, which is closer to 1,200. Like I said, it's going to be getting up towards 1,500. But when we start getting to that higher rate, those 2,000 plus listings, that hopefully will provide some ease to buyers and a timeline to that ease. Because historically, the summer market is much more relaxed than is the early spring market. So all of that said, market meter with listings down, showing activity up. Yes, still at a 10. That hasn't changed much. But some new news, our resident mortgage geek, Chad Preby, Bell Bank Mortgage, we are seeing mortgage rates now surpassing 3%. If we look back just a few months ago, that was at 2.65. But as I mentioned last week, this is still historically low interest rates. Last year in March at this time is 3.29, so we're still in a better market than it was even a year ago. Of course, rates have driven a lot of activity in the marketplace, so that is one more factor outside of new listings. As those start to come back up, may start having buyers not go as high in price point, so that may change activities at different price points. Hopefully you found this information valuable. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. Take care, be safe, and have a great week.